everybody. My name is Thomas Harkin, and welcome to the FFC show. Today, I'm joined by Josh Bush from CFK Gym in Carmarthen. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hand it over to Josh, and Josh is going to give himself a little bit of an introduction.
Yeah, that's hi guys, you're right. Yeah, no. So yeah, obviously I'm Josh. And yeah, I've been kickboxing a little bit. But I've always kept fit, and yeah, I just love it. I just love the sport, so I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome, awesome. So, Josh, we released your fight today on obviously FFC 3. Now, with that, you were supposed to fight on Ronda Rampage 1, but we did have a couple of pullouts, and you know what it's like. It's that pullouts, and then somebody else
Yeah,
said yes, and somebody said no, and you know what it is, what it is. But one of the best things is we're all confirmed, we're out, everything's there. So you're fighting Pips Rosario from
yeah.
Eagles in Cardiff. Now, do you know much about Pips?
Mate, I know nothing about him, but I'm pretty sure it's the same boy I fought on Stand Up War, and I think he fought on Stand Up War. I think I seen his fight.
Yeah.
Um, And yeah, I don't know. I reckon I'll smash him. Like,
That's
if I'm
fair.
honest, like, it's only being honest. But to be fair, I back myself through anything in it. So yeah, but
Nice attitude,
it's
nice
good.
attitude. So just to tell everybody, Josh is fighting at 70 kilo K1 and it's a bare shin bout as well. So one of the things
Mm,
I wanted to ask, I've watched your last, so you're on a 4 fight win streak now, and I've watched your last
yeah.
4 fights. So when when was the transition into the bare shin? When did that start, or when did that come
Well,
about?
well, if I'm honest, like the type of person I am, I wanted to get into it like with the no shin guards as soon as possible. But obviously, my coach Jeff, he was like, "Look, we'll get you like 4 or 5 fights, and then see where you go, see where you're at there."
Hmm.
And I think I fought one of Dry's boys. So his name's Sam Wells.
Yeah, that was on
He forgot
adrenaline, wasn't
he forgot his shin guards on the night, and then I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, then we'll do no shins then." And that was the first time. I think that was my third. That was my third fight.
Yeah.
And then yeah, really enjoyed it. Like it was wicked. And then cut on Stand Up War, I asked their boy. I said, "Look, I've done no shins. Do you want to go no shins?" And they wanted shins, so I was back to shins then. But I'm ready for no shins anyway, so it was good.
Yeah, we obviously with the notions, it does bring that little bit more excitement in it. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
like Macaulay was saying about it a couple of the last interview we done, and Macaulay was saying about when you haven't got pads on, it kind of like brings out the most in the fighter as well. Do you know what I mean? So
Oh,
it's
100%, mate. Yeah. I mean, when you got, it's definitely not the same, mate. 'Cause you can take shots as well when you got shins on, especially with the leg kicks. Like you've
yeah.
got to be so much more on the ball. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's exciting, man. So obviously you said you're down to CFK. We've also got double barrel Daryl Christopher fighting on the card as well.
yeah,
Now obviously Daryl's I'm not going to say bigger than you, but he's a little bit heavier than you in the weight class and stuff. But what's it
yeah,
like having somebody else from the same camp, fighting on the same card?
yeah. No, it's good. It's good. And also, Rowan, one of our lads, he's fighting on
Yes,
the
and
yeah.
Rowan as well. Yeah,
But yeah, no, it's good. It's wicked. So hopefully get all three wins. Like, but yeah, no, it's good. It's good. We're all looking forward to it. So it'll be nice.
yeah, that's good. You can see how excited you are, man, just by talking about it. You can see you just
Mate,
got
I
a
just,
fucking
do you know
grin.
what? Do you know what? I just fucking, mate, honestly, I love it. And the thing is, like, I don't know, even if I wasn't competing, mate, I've always trained, mate. Do you know what I mean? Whether
Yeah.
it's like strength and conditioning, like weights, or I've always loved sports, but mainly combat sports. Yeah, I've always been in and out of it. So yeah, I love it.
So when was your first time in CFK? When did you start?
Oh, do you know what? I'm terrible with remembering things like that. But I think I've probably been doing it like 2 years, something like that, with the kickboxing then. So
Nice,
yeah.
nice. So obviously, your CFK is down in Carmarthen, and
Yeah.
with what brought you to kickboxing then? So obviously you've
So
got
originally I wanted to do, obviously I did box. I amateur boxed, so
yeah,
I had two bouts in amateur boxing. And like I said, I've always trained anyway. COVID hit, gym closed because it was a small gym, and I just didn't do anything for ages. Just went out drinking, just with the lads. I didn't really do much training for probably about a year, and then I knew of the gym anyway, and I just
yeah,
gave Jeff a text and just said, "Look, do you mind me coming down?" And it just went from there. Then so
yeah. That's great. Jeff's got that attitude. I mean, he's one of those people who's open to everybody, and he's a very
yeah,
welcoming person as well. You know,
yeah,
he's great. Like so with training, and obviously you said about strength and conditioning, and I've watched obviously all the last 4 of your fights on that are available on YouTube now. So
mm,
you can see the strength and conditioning is definitely a big part of your training, and you can see that you've got like a Terminator style of fighting. It's just you march forward, and it's just
yeah.
pressure and pressure.
Yeah, everyone says that, like, but I don't know. Just kind of, I don't know. I suppose everyone's kind of got their own little style, but
Yeah,
if I'm honest, it's probably not right for me because I'm obviously rangy, like I'm long. So even when I box, mate, people are like, "What are you doing? Like you're standing outside with the jab." But it just kind of works for me, mate. And I feel most comfortable if somebody wants to stand there with me in front of me and just bang it out, mate, that's pretty much what I want. Like, I'd rather that.
Just be in the
Rather than
fire.
dancing around, and I'd rather just get stuck in.
Well,
So,
you could see that on the Fight and Adrenaline. That was the one I was literally just watching before we connected, and your your determination just to keep marching forward, and you cut the ring off, put him on the
mm,
ropes, or you put him in the corner, cut the ring off, cut the ring on, and it was just that consistent pressure.
mm,
Now, with that, obviously you said that there are some cons to it, but obviously
yeah,
being like coming from the amateur background, what do you feel that having that type of style of obviously taking away your range, that's one of those things. But is there
yeah,
anything else that you feel that it kind of like develops into? Because obviously one of the things from the audience perspective is you come to fight like and it's exciting.
that's what I mean. Yeah, and out of everything, I was saying to my mates, I was just like, they're like talking about game plans with me, and I was just like, look, I just want to be the one that I want to be the one that people are like, oh fuck, I can't wait for that one to
Yeah,
come up because it's going to be a banger. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah.
not like I don't want to be messy. Like
Mm.
obviously everyone's got things to improve on, but I just want it to be exciting. Do you know what I mean? I want to be. I don't want to
But
win. I'm not so fussed on winning by points. I want to do damage. Do you know what I
well,
mean? And I want
that leads into my next question. Well,
to.
not so much a question, but you have a nickname obviously that we released today, which is Beautiful Violence, obviously, and
Mm,
now, watching your fights, obviously that's where it is, and seeing that as well, seeing that that's your style, and obviously that's the way you fight, and it shows the crowd, and it shows everybody watching that you come for the violence, you come for the scrap, like
yeah,
which is from any fight fan's perspective, it's the fucking that's what you want, isn't it?
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I
No,
mean?
definitely, yeah.
So with that, obviously, as you said, we don't really know too much about Pips. So with when you took the fight, what is it anything that's going to change? Obviously, I know we're just coming back off Christmas and I know New Year and type of stuff, but is there anything that is going to go into the start of the year? It's going to be different to a normal start of the year, if you know what I mean? Because obviously you've got to fight within
Yeah,
what,
yeah,
five
yeah.
weeks?
If I'm honest, that fight you saw, I'm going off on a tangent now, but that fight you saw with Sam Wells, that was actually not to take anything away from Sam because he's a wicked fighter. But I was actually probably not fit enough for the fight. I got through it, but I definitely didn't train as hard. I definitely took him for granted.
You dropped him in the
When
first.
I dropped him in the first, but my fitness, I knew that my fitness. I'm so anal, mate, about my fitness. Like it's got to be on. Like the training I do outside of the gym
Hmm.
is, yeah, I'm like on it all the time, mate. Like I'm serious about it. Do you know what I mean? So like my fitness is always up there, but that fight, my fitness was definitely lacking. So I would just say, yeah, fitness, 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 if anything for me. And I feel like at our level, I feel like fitness is 90% of it, if I'm honest.
I get what you mean. Obviously, like one of the things though, especially when you're fighting K1, Beishin, and obviously if
Mm.
this would be your fifth fight going in. It is. I understand what you're saying about that level, but at the same time, though, you're dead on with the fitness. Like people, even though people always, oh, it's only 2 minute rounds. Yeah, that's a long fucking 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah, and I think, mate, yeah, that attitude of like, yeah, it's only 2 minutes. It's like, yeah, but if I'd rather be, I'd rather be going
yeah.
110% for those 2 minutes, for those 3 rounds, like rather than just fucking getting through them. Do you know what I mean? So
No, of course, because it's always putting on a performance, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
It's always showing everybody what you're capable of, and that's one of the things that I myself is looking forward to. Like I said, and as we mentioned prior, like we were supposed to fight in the first one, then we were supposed to fight in the second one, and
yeah.
it just
What happened with all that, man?
oh,
They're all
bro.
pussies, mate. That's what it is.
It's just one of them, isn't it? Like people
Yeah,
pull out and it happens. But this is one of the things that I said to Liam, obviously the matchmaker. I said that you're the there's a couple of fighters that we wanted to make sure that we got on, and you were definitely one of those to bring on, especially coming from CFK as well. Like
mm,
I know Jeff, I know Daryl, and it's great to have a good team around you,
yeah,
and that's where it is down there. So with as you said, we've got Rowan, yourself, and Daryl fighting
mm,
now. What's sparring, and what type of training is your? I'm not going to say your regiment or whatever, but
yeah.
give us a bit of an insight into what type of training that you get up to.
So I tend to, I mean, yeah, training wise, mate. I do my own stuff. I do my own strength and conditioning. Like I
Mhm.
said, I've always been training. Like, so I do my own strength and conditioning. I do my own training outside of the gym, like running, sprints, like hit training. And then obviously I've got the two sessions per week, then K1, and then we're doing the MMA as well now. So
Yeah, I see now.
so I'm doing
That's cool.
dabbling in that as well, and I do love it. But yeah, no. So that's my training regime then. But
Mm.
as for like sparring. Yeah, I do a lot of sparring, mainly playful sparring. I'm not too keen on just going hard all the time. I
Yeah.
feel like being playful is a good thing, so you don't get injured. But I do a lot. of boxing sparring. So like I'll go up with I've done a bit with Angelo and Hineki. Do you know Angelo Dragone? In
Yeah,
Hineki boxing gym, I do a
yeah.
bit with him, and then Kean Davis, he boxes for Prize Fighter in Carmarthen, so he helps me out as well. So yeah, well, I'm predominantly a boxer anyway, I do get the sparring in when I need to.
No, that's good. It's good that you cross train as well. You can see that you've got hands. Like
Mm,
that was one of the things that they were saying in the last adrenaline fight that I watched was when you're putting your combos together, you can see, you put your combinations together and you finish with a kick, which is from a K1's perspective, which is always great to end on. Do you know what I mean? Because you're ending on
mm,
continuous damage, and
yeah,
again, it's good to see on the outside. Now, obviously, as you said, we don't really know too much about Pips and stuff, but he's fought Ty and he's fought K1. I'll be honest, I don't know if this is his first or second Beijing bout. I haven't seen too much, but
yeah,
I know obviously coming from Eagles in Cardiff, they're a good gym,
yeah,
they're
yeah,
strong, and that's one of the, I think that's one of the other things that makes this fight as well is the fact that you both come to bang.
yeah, yeah,
There's going to be, like you said, you want to kind of like meet in the middle and have a go. Like we had a couple of Eagles boys on our last one, and every single one of them turned up to fight. Like there was
yeah,
nothing else in between, which is
yeah,
which is always good. Now, with your training, obviously, as you said, like strength and conditioning, I have to ask because everyone else is going to be thinking about
yeah.
it. Is there anything that you do in particular which is fight specific?
As in strength and conditioning wise,
Yeah,
or
yeah, strength and conditioning. Any strength and conditioning which is like fight specific, which you would do when it comes to, like let's say, obviously we're 5 weeks out now, so let's say within the next 4 weeks. Excuse me.
yeah. Um, as for strength and conditioning, I tried to cover all aspects, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Like, and it is all fight specific, but I can't really pinpoint a
No, I get
particular
you.
thing. But yeah, no, all of it, everything I do that is strength conditioning wise is fight specific. You won't see me just lifting weights for
Yeah,
the sake of lifting weights. It's all fairly heavy and fast, but yeah, fight specific. I
yeah.
definitely include compound movements like deadlifts, bench, squat. But that's it. I don't do a lot of isometric stuff. It's just purely fight specific stuff for explosiveness and stuff like that.
Nice, nice. Now, is that been obviously, as you said you've always been included, so you've always been somebody who's always in the gym. So you've built a 4-0 4-0 streak now of fighting. Is there anything that you're doing that you didn't do in your first two? Is there anything you've added that you've never done
Yeah,
before?
I think being not so stand up war was definitely one where like you can see the difference. If you watch my fights from stand up war, you definitely see that I'm a little bit more reserved. I'd rather just come in and bang from the back, but I'm obviously trying to work on becoming more reserved and
Yeah,
just looking more professional. It's not professional, but looking more professional rather than just getting stuck in. So that's something that I've definitely worked on, and I'm hoping that you'll see then in
mm.
this one as well, rather than
That's
just being a bit of a scrapper. Do you know what I mean? So
no, I like the way you approach that. It's
mm,
it's quite self what's the word? I wouldn't say self. I don't even know what it
like
is.
critical maybe, or
Yeah, that's it. That's
yeah,
it. It's not self-critical. It's just pinpointing, which is really cool.
yeah,
Now, obviously, you mentioned stand-up. We mentioned adrenaline. Now, you're 4-0. So, out of all four fights, right? I have to ask. I'm not going to say which was the hardest one, right? But
yeah.
which one do you think that you learned the most from? I know we touched on it just now with the stand-up
I
war and being
think it was.
reserved.
Do you know what? I think it was the one I learned the most from is
Mm.
probably my first one, which was Josh Lewis from WPT.
Yeah, yeah,
That was probably that one. I learned a lot about myself in that one because
yeah.
I got caught with a big shot in the first round. He nearly dropped me. So
Mm.
and like I stayed on my feet, but I was just like and then I was like right, okay, yeah, I can deal with this now. So it was good. But
It's
I'd
good.
say I learned a lot from that one.
That's good as well. Like WPT, they again, like in coming back to training and cardio and strength and conditioning, like again, they are like on point when it comes to that,
Mm.
don't they? With
Yeah,
WPT,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
see that, and you always see as well. You like they're always active, they're always fighting, and they're always getting experience in, which obviously, as you said, that you're learning from, and sorry, you learned from when you fought him.
yeah,
Now
yeah.
is being 4 now, right? I know obviously you probably hear this a lot. Is there any added pressure because obviously you've got that
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't even give a fuck about my record, mate. Like
Okay.
people are like, oh yeah, like I hear a lot of people say, oh, I don't want to get lost, or don't want to get lost on my record, and it will fuck me, mate. Honestly, I don't care, mate. I'd rather get in there because I can do whatever the fuck I want, not get in trouble with it, and I just love it. So, mate, I don't care. But if he beats me, if he beats me, he's the better man, and that's it. But if I lose, the only thing that gets me is if I lose because my fitness is shit, then I'll really be pissed off with myself. Or if I lost because I don't know, or I didn't do enough in training, then I would care. But if I lose and he's the better man, then it is what it is. But you're gonna have a hard time doing it because I train hard. Do you know what I mean? And like
Yeah,
I
that's
don't leave any stone unturned. Like it's so yeah,
it's exciting, man. That's especially hearing it from you as well. Like you can
yeah,
see the passion as well when you're
yeah,
explaining it, which is again from my perspective, it's like fucking come on, and I can't wait.
yeah, yeah.
I
I
really
love it. Yeah,
can't. So let's touch back to CFK now. Obviously, CFK, as we mentioned, you've got three other guys fighting out today. There's been some other fighters that come out today. Now, um, you said it is a small gym. Does
mm,
that benefit in the training environment? So, does that make it a little bit more special so that you're a bit more concentrated on yourselves instead of
yeah.
having like to compete with, I didn't say compete, but up against like 50 other bodies where, you're quite close knit and you can kind of bounce off each other a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it definitely has its benefits. But like I said as well, I do definitely. I'm big on the boxing. Like I
Yeah, yeah,
wouldn't put. I'm big on the boxing. So like when it comes to sparring, then I'm big on like getting my sparring in with like top level guys. Like
yeah,
so. But yeah, no, it definitely has its benefits being smaller because yeah, you get a lot more on you. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, really
Rather
good.
than just being another number. So.
Yeah. So when you obviously we touch on your boxing sparring now. So with that then, what are your normal boxing sparring rounds and how many do you normally do in?
So usually when I went up with Andrew, I need to do a lot more with him. But I think was that my first fight I did a bit with him. He chucked me in the deep because we did four. It was like 3 or 4 4-minute rounds, and like he's levels above me. Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
you really can. He puts you in the deep end. He pushes you, and then when I'm with Kean, it's just 3-minute rounds, mate. We'll do like we'll go till either I can't do anymore, he can't do anymore. Usually it's me that can't because again he's levels above me. So, but it's just brilliant for me.
Of
So,
course, yeah. It's
but
like
yeah,
that thing in it, iron sharpens iron and
yeah,
pressure makes
yeah,
diamonds, and it seems that's what you're doing. You go into the places where you're gonna feel uncomfortable, where you can actually like grow, develop, and learn.
yeah,
And
definitely.
as we said prior, like you can see that in each fight that you've had, you can
Mm,
see the growth and the development in between, and it's always good that you recognize that as well, like
yeah,
because you get a lot of people who kind of just like, oh yeah, I do this, I do this, I do this, and that's it. They don't really kind of like take everything from it,
yeah. You're right. Yeah, no, definitely.
so which is
And
go on.
sorry, I was just going to say, and doing just the 2 days a week, like it's just not enough.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Just whatever classes you get, you've got to definitely put the work in outside of that as well. So I'm big on that. But
And that's one of the things that obviously you mentioned at this level. And when we say that, we just mean, like amateur slash, yeah, sorry,
yeah,
amateur, we're not professional yet. So that's
yeah,
one of the best things as a fighter that you can take from that is the fact that you have to put in the work outside because a lot of people, they don't really see it that way, do they? They'll see it as they turn up to training, like I've done 4 days of training, I'm fine,
yeah,
and
yeah.
that's wrong. Like,
Yeah, yeah, in it, mate. Yeah, because I'm terrible, mate. My missus fucking. I'm surprised she's still with me, mate. Because like, I'll be sitting there, and I can't just do nothing. Because I'll just be, if I'm doing nothing, then he's doing something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, I have to just get. I just got to be active all the time, which is probably, if I'm honest, there's a downfall to that because you do need rest as well. But like mentally, I know that because I just put so much work in, I'm mentally there. Do you know what I mean? I'm mentally
yeah.
strong with it as well. So
Yeah, and at the same time, you say about rest, you can go down the active recovery route, like you can,
mm,
a lot of people, do that where for recovery, they'll spend a lot of time walking and especially like near Carmarthen with the coastline and stuff, there's a lot you can
yeah,
do, isn't there?
yeah,
So let's go on to the fight then. Let's speak a bit more about the fight. I know, obviously, as we said, from the gym he's coming from, and obviously we got a bit of an idea of how he's going to come. So what can not to pretty much ask the same question, but what can everybody expect as your first fight on Ronda Rampage? This
mm,
will be your first fight on Ronda Rampage. There's going to be a lot of people who obviously, coming from that never seen you fight down in Swansea or whatever. So, what can the crowd of Ronda Rampage expect from Josh Bush on February the 8th?
yeah. Well, I don't know because I can. I'm gonna win. Like it's. There's no way in hell that this guy trains as hard as I train. Mate. Like I just won't allow it. If he wins, it's because he's genuinely better than me, and there's fuck all I can do about it. But mate, there's no way he trains as hard as me, and I know that. Just in my heart, I just know it, and I've seen him fight as well.
Yeah.
I've seen him fight, and there's nothing that I'm scared of. Like, and I just know that I'm going to come away with a win, mate. So it's people are going to see a win on my side, and yeah, it's just going to be exciting, mate. And I hope, to be honest, that it is exciting. You know, I don't want to just go in there and just win easy. I want it to, you know, I want a war. Do you know what I mean? I want to be like it to be a good watch. So I'm hoping that it will just be good to watch for the fans, and then I'll come away with a win as well. So it'll be good.
I like the excitement, Josh. I really
Yeah,
do. It's you know it's great to see from our perspective how you know how much up for it you are, which is it's exciting because
yeah,
obviously the reason we do these conversations is so people who've never seen you fight before can actually see and expect and you know understand what they're coming for in February. You know, and yeah, I'm excited, man. As I probably said, like the
yeah,
last
wicked.
6 times, I just can't fucking
Yeah,
wait.
no,
You
it's
know.
wicked. Yeah, it's wicked.
So let's go touch back on the boxing then. So you said about boxing now. You said you fought amateur.
Mm.
Have you ever looked at, you know, doing both like disciplines? So have you ever looked at like K1 and boxing or, you know, hybrid boxing and K1 as well, or just, you know,
I've definitely thought about doing both, but I want to just stick to one. I definitely like the idea of dabbling in the MMA as well, but
okay.
just seeing how I get on with it. I'm training, I'm doing the MMA, but I'm predominantly a striker. So at the minute, it's just stick with the K1. I'd rather stick with one thing,
Mm.
focus on one thing, and just do it really well, rather than trying to cross over and dabble here and there. You know? I'd
Yeah,
rather be a
no.
good boxer, but just bring that to the K1.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. So then
Yeah,
you can just rely on what you've got then, isn't it? Instead of
yeah,
like restricting yourself. No, that's you know, it's a great way of looking at it. And
mm,
especially as you're, you know, you've already got the amateur experience, so you've obviously, you know, you know where you're going through with the boxing, and you know what's needed, and you know you can take a lot from the amateur
yeah.
level, you know, which is good. So now coming back to FFC and obviously Round the Rampage. Now we like we said, we tried to get you on 1 and 2. Now this will be finally where you can actually get on there. Now we've got touching on the previous one. Did you come to the first one and the second one by any chance?
No, I didn't, because it's
No.
far for me to come. It's pain in the arse. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't, mate. But no, I did watch the videos though.
Yeah.
The media looked really good. So I'm excited. It was good.
That's one thing I wanted to ask. Like one of the things that with FFC that we're trying to do is trying to make sure that we give every fighter the platform to, you know, with that media platform, you know, and
Yeah,
to give them the opportunities to grow and you know all that type of stuff. Now, fighting, one of the things that you've done is you fought on all of the Welsh regional shows now, haven't you? You've done
mm,
Adrenaline, Stand Up, and obviously you'll be on ours. Now, with that, do you have, obviously, as you've touched on the MMA aspirations, do you have any future goals within K1? So, like, you know, are
yeah.
you,
I know what you mean. Yeah, no. If I'm honest, mate, not really, because I don't really think into it too deep. Because
mm,
mate, I'm literally only doing this, mate, because I just fucking love it, and that is it. That's the only reason. I just love it. I love training. If it wasn't for competing, I'd be training the exact same. Like
yeah,
I love it. I get a buzz from it. So, but no, I wouldn't say any particular goals. Just smash everyone. Just see how far it goes as it is. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, I haven't got anything particular in my head, but yeah, just beat everyone. That's it.
just beat everyone.
Yeah,
Just beat everyone.
yeah,
Now, on that, the one thing I wanted to touch on is we've just introduced the WMO. I know obviously you fight K1, but I have to ask, have you, now that we've introduced the World Muay Thai Organization and you can get ranked if you fight on Ronda Rampage, I mean, you know,
mm.
have you thought about crossing to Muay Thai as well?
Yeah. Possibly. It's a different game, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so I think one thing that I found that I struggle with is not for all of Muay Thai, but the stuff that I've seen, like when I watch the boy I'm fighting now fight, everything's quite like, to me, and I could be talking out my ass, but I'm just saying what I'm seeing. It seems quite like one for one. It's not as fast as the K1. So it's like
I
I
know what
feel
you
like
mean.
there's a lot of time taken. So I feel like this boy, if he's not used to like the fast pace, then maybe he'll struggle with that. I don't know, but
So,
I don't know
like,
whether I'd cope well with that style of fighting.
it's
Do
like
you
a
know what I mean?
single shot go, you know, I know
Yeah,
what you mean.
it's like you're here and then waiting
Yeah.
for your shot, and then you'll throw, and then you wait, and then they throw. Do you know what I mean? I know it's not like that, but it's
No,
got its
no,
own style. It's got its own style, isn't it?
yeah,
It's its own art. So
yeah, of
I
course.
just don't know whether I'd I don't know whether I'd look right or fit it because I'm used to
But
K1. Do you know
dude,
what I mean? So
dude, it doesn't matter what
yeah,
what
that's it. If you're
discipline it is,
fucking,
does it?
if you're chin, mate, it don't matter. It
No, it
doesn't
doesn't. Like,
matter.
fuck it. Like, if it's Thai boxing, okay, one. It's just fucking
Yeah,
land a shot, you land a shot. Like,
that's it. Yeah. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like,
yeah. Now, the only reason I asked that is obviously, as I said, like being
I'm just gonna go into I'm just gonna go into the gym, bro, because my oh no, there we are. I sorted. Go on,
oh,
carry on.
cool. Being obviously with the WMO with the first promotion to offer the Welsh title, so that's why I thought I'd bring it up, and
Yeah,
and ask then is there any other aspiration that you've had, but that's fair. Like you said, just fight in it, just get it fucking done.
yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah, yeah,
Now obviously we touched on your past opponent. Sorry, your past opponents. Now
mm.
this is a bit of a different question. So if you could fight any one of them again, who would it be and why?
Fuck. I don't know.
The only reason I asked you that question,
Yeah,
right, is
yeah.
because
Go on.
of the amount that we've talked about growth and the amount that we've talked about like how much you developed from your first one and you developed and you put the extra work in. So that's the reason I thought I'd throw this one in.
Yeah, I I feel like it would probably be Sam because I don't feel like I put. I feel like I disregarded it a little bit, and I didn't. I know I didn't put 100% in. I wasn't happy into that fight.
Mm.
Like, I was struggling to get through the second and the third just because I didn't do enough. I know I didn't do enough, and I know, like as in I know I took the win, but I didn't do enough fitness wise, and I feel like probably that one, if I'm honest, because the rest of them I was happy with my performance and the work that I put in previous, but yeah, I'd say probably that one. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it's one of them that is like the reason I was like I said I wrote it down. I was thinking I was like especially as you said about the growth, and I thought it'd be good to touch
yeah,
back onto that. Now let's dive into a bit more into about you now. Obviously, we talked about fighting and all that type of stuff. So let's tell everybody else a little bit about you. So what other interests do you have except from obviously training, competing, and
yeah, yeah. None, mate. I literally go to work, mate. Mate, honestly, I go to work. I go to work. I come home, see my missus, and apart from that, it's literally just it's just in the meantime, I just train, mate. So, I'm up pretty early as well, most mornings training. I train in the evenings. And then if I can train in the day because I'm not working, I'll train in the day as well. So I don't really that is my hobby, mate. Fighting is my hobby. So apart from work, that is literally all I do, mate.
and
Honestly, ask anyone, mate. The only time I'll ever drink, mate. You won't see me on the weekend going out and enjoying myself. Like it's either I'm either focused on work or I'm focused on my training, and then I'll drink on the work too. That's about it. Once a year. So other than that, mate, that's literally all I do, mate. Seriously, I'm quite a sad guy, mate. It's just train and work. That's it.
dude, it's not sad at all. That's not sad at all. It's
Yeah,
you're setting yourself a standards that you're abiding by. It's not sad at all, bruv. Not at all.
yeah, sweet, yeah,
And it's great as well. Like I said, obviously from our perspective that you get to see that and you get to hear that. Like even though as we mentioned on being an amateur level, like you're still doing three pretty. If you can, you're doing 3 a days. If you can't, you're still doing 2 a days, and
yeah,
that's still a lot.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, you're right, mate.
and especially when how old are you?
24, I am.
There we go. You still got years ahead
Yeah,
of growth,
yeah,
which is obviously, another like even further on,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know. Now we're getting close to pretty much wrapping it up now, really, Josh, because
yeah,
it's been one of the best things with it is obviously you've shown how excited you are to get in, which is again, like I can't fucking wait to watch it.
yeah.
I really can't.
Good. I like good, good, good. I like it. Yeah,
And not just that as well, like we spoke about before, you obviously you're going to bring a crowd with you, you're going to bring some people out, bring some people out for
yeah,
support as well. No, and obviously, with your opponent only being from Cardiff, which is only another 35 minutes away from us, it should be good, and it'd be good to have you guys supporters there as well. And being, how experienced you are, you're probably going to be late. We haven't done the fight order yet, I'll be totally honest, but
yeah,
you will be later on in the card, you know what I mean? Now,
yeah.
with that, does that play any factor on you? The fact that you do have a big support, do have a big following and support, and then the later fighting in the card, does that play any factors on you?
No, not really, mate. Because like I've had so many people ask me, they're like, "Oh, what if you lose? Do you care?" Because I try and get my mates in to do some training and potentially fight. And they're like, "Oh, I just don't want to lose in front of anyone." And what if you've had 4 wins now? What if you lose? You're gonna feel like a dickhead, mate. Honestly, I couldn't give a shit about what anyone thinks. or whether somebody thinks I'm a dickhead because I don't care if the guy wins, he's better, and that's it. Fair dues to him. Do you know what I mean? But like, and that's it. I have no feelings or emotions towards it apart from yeah, I'm coming here to win, and you better do the same because otherwise you're going to lose. Like, and that's it, mate. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck about whether I'm first, last in the evening, or yeah, whatever. It don't make no difference to me. Like,
Oh, Josh, this just makes me more excited, but I'll be honest.
yeah,
I'm pulling so much promo just from this, like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Fucking hell.
yeah, it's good, mate. Yeah,
Just Josh with a big grin on his face, telling
in
me
it, mate. Yeah,
how excited he is to beat somebody up, like,
yeah, or get beat up, mate. Either way, mate.
all that.
Either way, mate. I just fucking love getting in there, mate. Like, I'm not taking anything away from my opponent. Like, he
Of
obviously,
course.
he's good. Do you know what I mean? And like, I'm not taking anything away from him or being rude. I just one back myself, and secondly, yeah, if he wins, then he's the better man, and we're coming to fight. Do you know what I mean? No, I don't understand why you would ever half-ass it anyway, because like
Yeah.
you don't lose nicely in a fight. Do you know what I mean?
No, you
So
don't.
you've both got to back yourself. You've both got to fucking want it. Do you know what I mean? So
And it's not just that as well. Like one of the things you did touch on is the fact that it's in front of people. That doesn't or shouldn't affect you. But then at the same time, like you said, it's your personal image on yourself, and you need to back yourself. You need to make sure that you're ready,
yeah,
and that's I think that's the best mentality to have as a fighter is the fact that you know that you've put the work in. So no matter what happens now, like I've always said to the boys, I was like, training is the hard work. Fight night, you pick up your medal, pretty much.
yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah,
You know,
I 100%, mate. And yeah, going back to like the crowd and stuff. Like I put a post up after stand up wall. I was watching the rest of the fights after I had mine, and like, you're hearing people in the crowd go like, "Ah, he's fucking shit." Like, shit. It's like, mate, you got one, you wouldn't get in there, and secondly, you got two. If this boy chins me, good on him. Like he fucking trains. He trains. He's training his ass off to be able to fight somebody. Like you should expect that to happen. It's like the other guy ain't shit. It's just you're just not as good. That's all it is.
yeah, and then not just that as well. Like you said, like one of the best things with a fighter, and I again reference it back to Macaulay is with a fighter when they put in the 100% into their training, and then their opponent puts the 100% into their training. It's that comment, and styles make fights, and then not just that, the fighters make the fight. Then it's the fact
Yeah,
that you're getting the best out of both of them.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's what you want as a fight. Expect, as you said, innit? You want to make sure that you have these hard scraps to get tested to make sure that you are growing as well, and you can see that, which again, like I said, it's just exciting from our perspective, the fact that we are hosting, which
yeah.
again, like I can't wait for. Touching on the crowd,
Mm,
I love those people. I fucking
yeah.
I love those people,
Yeah.
when it's like, when it's one of the more experienced guys and they're like, oh, fucking just punch him.
Yeah, it's like, mate. Yeah, in it. I know, mate. Yeah. And it's like,
Honestly,
shut up, mate.
yeah,
Get in there, and you fucking cack yourself, mate.
yeah,
No, and this is also another thing, mate. I think men in general, 90% of men have like this false perception that they can fight. And the thing is, like, a lot of men think that they can just fight because I feel like it's in us naturally as men to do that. But what they don't realize, it's like playing a guitar, mate. If you've never played a guitar before, you ain't going to be able to do it. You get people coming to the gym, like rugby lads and stuff, or like, yeah, rugby
steroids,
lads, boys. Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
full of gear,
Banging
yeah.
the gear, and I'm like, and they come in, they're fucking, they punch like they swat flies, mate.
Or they get
Yeah,
ragged about by a
yeah,
13-year-old. Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, yeah, like a sharp 60 kilo fighter just bangs them
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
One of the smallest boys in the gym is just like fucking throwing them around, and yeah,
yeah,
it's one of the best experiences ever to watch.
yeah,
You know what I
it
mean?
is. Yeah,
And
but yeah,
especially when they start to lose their rag, and it's like, oh, it's fucking, you fucking, and it's like, no, no,
yeah,
bro, you're losing.
yeah, and that's it, mate. Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? We like fighters train to fight, and it's like
Yeah,
anything. Like I said about the guitar, if you learn how to play a guitar, like you got to learn it. You can't. No
yeah.
one's just good at it. So,
Of course,
but
and
yeah,
that's one of the things that like with the shows, and into clubs and having these opportunities where you guys can actually go out and do that because people don't understand that you can train as much as you fucking want, but you've got to fight as well because
oh yeah,
you have to see the difference. You can't.
yeah,
Everyone looks good at them pads. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because you've been told what to do. You've been told how to hit it. You've been told where to
yeah,
fucking hell, shut up. You've been told where to stand. But
yeah.
then, like I said, when it comes to actually competing against somebody
Mm,
who's in there against, and they've put in this, like you said, they've either put in the same amount of work as you or even more,
yeah, yeah,
and when you come up against somebody who's trained and they're coming to take your fucking head off as well,
mm,
that's the the massive difference between people just
Yeah,
turning up and just going, "Oh yeah, I can do this,"
that's it, mate. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
you know. And you do get that quite a bit. But then at the same time, like one of the things that you said about was the fighter's mentality. You know, I believe what you said. I think that a lot of men have got that mentality, but
Mm.
I also believe that a lot of men don't carry the humility in the fact that there's always somebody who does know what they're fucking doing.
Yeah,
You do
yeah,
what
yeah,
I
no, you're
mean?
right, mate. Yeah, in it. And after the thing is, when you train as well, like going off on a tangent again, but going on a night out when you've got no experience, they're the ones that just want to have a fucking
Yeah.
scrap on. Like, but actually, you realize how much damage can be done. Like, if somebody knows what they're doing, you,
Or
you
the
don't
other,
want to. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
The other guy might fucking know his shit. Like,
Or the other side is you fight enough in the gym, so you don't want to fucking do it outside.
yeah, exactly, mate.
Do you know
Yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
No,
And
I think everyone should fucking. I watched it. It was a podcast with Daniel Cormier in it, and he was like, everyone should train like because it stops all violence outside of a gym, in my opinion, because you're
yeah,
disciplined. Like, yeah, it's great for everything. Like, so
and not just that as well, but the fact that like you said, there's Ali. Do you know Ali McLean's on Instagram?
yeah,
Yeah, like where he said like if one man can fucking wrestle, the other man can get raped by two.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, if one man can hold you down, you get raped by two. Like, yeah,
That's that, you know, like I think that's one of the most like home hitting comments you could ever hear. Be like, oh
yeah.
fuck, actually, I better go to jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, mate.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it'd be
No,
good
you're
to
right.
learn how to knee somebody in the face as well if you go to Thai, you know. It is one of
Yeah,
them, but
yeah,
that's the thing, oh man. Like you said, it does bring out a different type of person. And one of the things I find in the gym as well is the camaraderie that it builds. Like
yeah.
all bullshit aside, like we were just taking the piss about, like the team that you have around you is part of none, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like
100%. Yeah,
when you find the right team and you find your team, like I found that we've done it in Apollo, like you make your own game, like even little things, like you make your own games out of stuff. You even develop, I'm not going to say develop your own language, but like you all
no, you're
call,
right.
you do, don't you? Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you develop like that thing that only you guys understand, you know,
yeah,
and that's one of the things that I do love about martial arts and referencing it back to Daniel Cormier, where, you know, every man should learn how to defend themselves, but then at the same time, having that family set around you as well, where those people can kind of like bring you in and tell you if you're acting like a bell end as well,
100%, mate. Yeah,
you know.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. No, no, you're right. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, mate. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
That and that's one of the things that I personally love about martial arts and competing and that is the fact that you've got, you know, you've got that support system around you, which always wants the best for you, but then
yeah,
also will push you to a position where, you know, you're uncomfortable or you have to become the best of yourself, you
yeah.
know.
No, no, you're right, mate. Yeah.
So just before we wrap this up then, Josh, is it obviously we touched on the beautiful finals nickname, which again, I am looking forward to the fight. Now, is there anything that, you know, any message you want to hand out to any sponsors or anything that you want to say in regards to the show on February the 8th?
Yeah, so I've got yeah, give a shout out to AB Campers and Vehicle Convergence because like they that's what I work for. That's my old man's company. Like, and the support that I get from that is like unreal. And then Jules, Tattooists in Carmarthen, they've helped me out as well with some kit and bits and bobs. And yeah, and then this you'll like this one. So Joanne Bush Holistic Healing, that's my mum, and she's a
Hmm.
hypnotherapist, and like I go to her for like a lot of like affirmational work. So like and like so
Okay.
I'll do a lot of sessions with her in like real like self belief and like I'll like have my affirmations that I read then every morning before I start my day like and that's all training based. So
Let's let's
that's
let's
pretty
touch
cool
on
shit.
that.
Yeah,
Let's
go on.
touch on
Yeah,
that. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So basically, like she's done it for years. She's done it for years, and when I amateur boxed, and I had my two bouts, I just asked her if I could pay her for some sessions. Obviously, because it's my mum, she did me a favor. She does me favors anyway. But yeah, and we just went through some affirmational work, and I find that is a massive advantage, like because it's yeah. Obviously, I don't want to give away what I say
Of
because it's
course.
like,
Yeah, of
do you know what I
course.
mean? But yeah, no. So we perform affirmational work. We do like a lot of meditation and sessions together, like which help me massively with like my mindset and yeah, mental strength. Then because I
You
feel
can,
that's a big thing as well.
yeah. Yeah, the mental strength is definitely a big one. You can definitely
Mm.
see this working because you've got that mentality, as you said, you back yourself no matter what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, I think that's one of the best things from your own perspective is you're not scared of anything, then you.
Yeah, no, 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 no. Yeah, and it's not only that I'm not naive either because
Yeah.
I do also understand And I've noticed that you get a lot of people say, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill him," and yeah, I'm gonna take his head off, and I'm gonna win. But it's like, and it don't happen. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like I feel like a lot. It's easy to talk, but you've got to put the work in as well. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So uh, to back it. So yeah, that's a big thing as well. Can't just talk the talk and not walk the walk, and like the saying is.
Yeah, of course. And as you said as well, like one of the other sides to it is not everybody can do it. Do you know what I mean? Everyone can
Yeah.
say they're going to do it, but getting in those ropes or getting in that
Mm.
cage is, there's only I'm not going to say a handful anymore because it's not a handful anymore. But there's only a certain amount of percentage that people can do that because it does take that little bit more. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like where you have to push yourself no matter what.
Yeah.
There's no easy way out. There's no escape, and you can't run from what's in front of you.
Yeah.
And
No, you're right, mate. Yeah.
as you said, having those, having that extra training and doing that extra bit, it sounds like it's definitely helping. And obviously, we all look forward to that. Is there anything else any other sponsors you want to mention before we do?
Not so much sponsors, but then just I just want to say thank you to my missus for not leaving me because I train fucking way too much, right? So yeah, she's good, like because
That's
we are
that's going to
yeah
be
we
clipped, Josh, just so you
yeah
know,
mate.
right? And
Oh
that's
mate,
going straight on your Instagram, Alan.
yeah,
Brownie
no,
points to fuck,
massive,
player.
massive, yeah, massive thanks to my partner, like because without I wouldn't be able to do it, and we've got a baby together as well, so that makes it hard, and without her, like yeah, like I put enough training in. Do you know what I mean? It's because of her and the help that she gives me, like, and the slack that she picks up. So yeah, just other than the sponsors that I just mentioned, yeah, my partner. So
It's good. It's good
yeah,
that you say that as well, man. That's that. A lot of people. I'm not going to say forget, but people do, don't they?
yeah,
Like people forget
yeah,
about the closest people to them.
yeah. No, you're right. Yeah,
So fair play on that one. Now, with that, then one of like I said, one of the tickets are available now on Boxed. So if guys do want, obviously, when they do
yeah,
want to come and catch you, and they're available on Boxed. We've got February the 8th. We up to confirmed 16 fights now so far. We've got the first Welsh title from the WMO. We've got a hybrid boxing title. We've got, like I said, 14 other absolute stormers of fights. And again, I look forward to having a part of it, man. I really can't wait for you and obviously the boys from CFK to come up and to put on a performance and show everybody what you're made of. So, like I said, man, I'm excited. Is there anything you want to sign off on? Any last words?
no, mate, no, nothing, mate. I'm just
Awesome.
fucking ready to go, mate. I'm literally outside the gym now. I'm literally ready to train now.
If
So
you're
yeah,
late, if you're late, just tell me it's my fault, right? Just because
yeah.
I'm
No,
talking shit and dragging you on.
no. I'm not late, mate. It's sound. I've got plenty of time, like so. But that's sweet, mate. Yeah,
Awesome.
all
Right,
good.
guys, I just want to say thanks to our sponsors as well for everybody that does jump behind Flow Fight Club and Run the Rampage. Without you guys, it wouldn't, it wouldn't work. So I want to say thanks to Fight Enormousness, Captured by Jazz, Conk's Barbershop, Psycoin, the WMO for getting the WMO for getting involved, and many, many, many more. Nails by Sancha. We've also got Flow Fightwear, which supply and kit out all of the fighters. But like I said, tickets are available on Boxed. Also, tickets are available from all fighters. So if you do want to get your tickets, get them in now. And we look forward to it. And we see you all on February the 8th.